Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tony's Pizzeria here in Hagerstown, Maryland, located 14224 Pennsylvania Avenue for the 5th episode of Washington County Flag Football Live.
It's my life in the lights in front of me. Taking chalk in my arms is the soul of me. You walk by as you see me lay face.
To my left, representing the affiliate nation tonight, is John Regan. And to my right, representing too much talent, is the man with way too much talent, TJ Williams. John, TJ, welcome to the show. So let's get to the results of last Saturday. The first game at 9 a.m. was Knights and Warriors. Degrees this afternoon. Snap to Hoffman on third down. Andy looks, fires wide open. He's got his man, and he's going down the field. He's still going. And a first down for the Knights. Man in motion, here he comes. Hoffman's going to run the option to the left. He's going to cut inside. And look at the big man go, Andy Hoffman. What a run. Quarterback. Snap. Shoves and looks at. Shoves going to get flushed. And Shoves going to be sacked. Snap a little low. He caught it though. Off McLean's hands. Intercepted. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Hoffman's going to fire up to the end zone. Intercepted. Cody Snavely. And he's going to have his flag pulled. Shobe takes the snap. He's going to fire across the middle to Rao. Rao had it, and then he gets it back after he lost it. A first down completion to Ryan Rao, the former quarterback. Snap to Shobe on the left. Shobe's going to run out. Shobe's going to fire. Complete to Ryan Rao again. Mile. Shobe fakes, fires deep to Brandon McLean. Complete! McLean completes it. And that's a first down, Warriors. Has Rao intercepted. It was off of Rao's hands, and it's a pick. Hoffman takes the snap. Rush coming, got the flag. We just talked about how good the protection has been. Rivers in the back. Andy fakes the handoff. Downfield wide open. He's got it, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Knights. The gun takes the snap to the left. Hoffman, complete. Got it. Snap. Here comes the rush. And intercepted. And here comes the rush. Got him. One tight end. Snap. And rush coming. Number 3. Yeah. Flag was pulled. Snap. Fourth down. Hoffman. Oh, Collins just missed him. End zone coming. Caught. Touchdown, Knights. How much you all see of the Knights Warriors game?
I seen part of it actually. I was watching part of it live as I was making my way to the field. The biggest thing I seen with the Warriors is they couldn't sustain the pass rush. It was causing bad throws. I know both of the teams struggled coming out early on because of the wetness on the field.
Yeah.
There was a lot of drop passes. And then eventually, like I said, pass rush got to the Warriors. They couldn't produce anything on the field. And then Andy's going to take his shots when he can, and he made the most of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. TJ?
Well, me, I was asleep. I was on my way to the field.
Yeah.
I caught a little bit at the very end of the game, so I can't really say a lot, except I know Keith and them, and I know that what they're trying to do, they just keep working, and they're going to get better every week. I mean, you got to take your losses. It's part of the game. You'll win.
Second game of the day was the big one, the main event of last week.
I see a lot of field open back there.
Snap, Grable going to the right. And I got the pull.
All day, too easy.
Here. Snap. Steps up. Sack. 4 wide in the back. Snap. And, almost pulled. Complete, however. Plenty of room for TNT. Look at this. Look at him go. First down, TMT. 37 points on Spartans last week. Snap. He's going to fire to Williams on the side. TJ Williams Gotta get a big gain on that one. Snap to the left. Oh, he slipped, and he goes down for a sack. Further back than normal. It's gonna fake fire. A flag is thrown. Complete. He's wide open. But let's see where the flag is. And it's offsides on Broadax. It'll be declined, obviously, and hopefully. And a first down for TMT. Snap, going to the right, and I'm going to run with him. Pitch to Williams. Is Williams going to throw? Yes, he is. Williams is going to have a touchdown. Touchdown, TMT. Snap. And sack coming. Yes, sir. Man in motion. Snap. Grable's going to go up the middle.
There you go. There we go.
Ryan Grable. He's got room. Ryan Grable's going to get a first down. 4 wide and a back. Snap. Grable. Fires it up. Wide open. Touchdown. Broadax. Here, it can be returned. Kick up, and it is good. And here in the second quarter, Broadax takes a 7-6 lead. Here we go. Snap. He's going to throw it. Wide open. My God, there was nobody in sight. Snap. To the left. Steps up. He's got room to run, too. And he pitched it in the last second.
That's a good pitch.
There we go. Snap coming. Try to step up. Going to throw it back to Williams. Who's going to try to throw it again? Yes, he will. Wide open. Touchdown. TMT. Snap, Grable. And here comes the rush. The flag was pulled, but the ball got off in time. Here goes Broadax. First down. Man in motion. Here we go. Snap. He faked in the middle. And the flag was pulled, but incomplete. Snap. Here we go. Fires downfield. Intercepted. Keys. Snap. Grable. Sack. He keeps coming off that left side, and he finally got him. Notice formation, though. Yep, it's a punt. Quick kick. Caught. And let's see what he can do. He's going to pitch it. Got his man. Here we go. Spread it down the sideline. Those laterals, TNT just keeps throwing. My God. Snap. And fire. Sideline. Intercepted. Yes, interception. Second of the game. Thrown from behind. Snap on the option again. Gonna fire it back to Williams. We know what this is. An interception by Tyler Spencer. 3 consecutive interceptions by TMT.
Game-changing play. Game-changing play right there.
Go in the gun, Grable. Man in motion. Uh-oh, screen. Here we go. And Jones almost blew it up, but he got blocked out at the last second. And a first down for Broadax. Second and goal. Snap, Grable. Gonna complete the Big Mike. Big Mike's gonna score. Touchdown, Broadax. It helps to give them this lead. Extra point coming. It's up, and it is good. And here in the third quarter, Broadax takes a 14-12 lead. Snap. It's going to run it himself. Plenty of real estate. Look at the mobility. And, oh, that's a late hit. And Tyler Spencer nailed him on the sideline. Snap. And complete at the middle. Plenty of room to run. Look at this play. TNT. Quick strike. Snap. And end zone. Did he get it? Touchdown. TMT. You won't know in a second if they make it. High snap. Bit of a lob. Complete.
Got it. 2-point conversion is good. And it was close. And TMT takes a 20-14 lead. Here we go, man in motion. Snap Grable. Rush coming, almost got the sack. Downfield, complete. With it. Snap, Grable. Better hurry. Got the sack. The big man, 94, coming in on the sack. Snap, Grable. Rush coming. Wide open as Keys. And a first down for Broadaxe. Snap. Grable. End zone, got it. Come on. Touchdown, Broadaxe. Here's a kick, and it is no good. Wide. Deadlocked. Snap. Middle's open. He's going to try to run it. He's got plenty of room. Still going, and a pitch. Oh, it hit the ground, though. Favors nobody, but this time it favored Broadaxe. Here we go. Sacked! And that's devastating if you're TMT. Did they get the offsides? Yes, they did. Free play. First down on the inside run. And he's going to pitch it. I want to pitch. Yeah, he will. Touchdown, TMT. I'm going to go down here for this view. Grable. Fires across. Open man. Pitched. Another lateral. And intercepted. Coley Jones takes it. And that'll do it. TMT has stunned Broadaxe again. 2 out of 3 times they played, and 2 of those times TMT has won.
Some crazy shit, Joey. Some crazy shit. Damn!
Broadaxe suffers their second loss in a calendar year, and both of them have been to TMT.
We can't take any credit for this one.
Too Much Talent will be number 1 on Wednesday.
John, your thoughts first.
I mean, you got 2 really talented teams. When I first initially seen the game going on, I thought it was actually going to come down to extra points. TNT, I know they don't have a kicker. Broadaxe does. And it was just going to be a matter of who made the most mistakes. It went back and forth. I mean, it went down towards the end of the game. It was a really good game, though. I mean, that's what you would expect. TMT, they run somewhat of an unorthodox style offense that you don't typically see or haven't seen up here as of late in Washington County. So that's something that I think Broadaxe probably struggled with on the defensive side. But other than that, I mean, Broadaxe did what they typically do on offense, and they take their shots, they hit their home runs. I mean, it is what it is. But it definitely was a good game. It was definitely lived up to the hype as far as the game of the week. I think these 2 teams are going to end up seeing each other again in the playoffs.
Definitely.
So, I mean, like I said, that's definitely a key matchup to watch out for in the league. So, definitely stay tuned to that.
Would you say it's safe to say this is a rivalry game?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I don't think it's a rivalry yet. I mean, CNT, they got 2 wins in the regular season. Broadaxe has the upper hand in the postseason wins. Personally, that's where it matters to me. No, I don't sound like Jay. But I think, overall postseason wins, that's where it matters. And CNC, they're 0-1 against them. And that's one of the things that, coming up to this league or being in this league for a few years now this is what you notice. Week 1, you'll have teams come out with 25, 30 players. Week 2, you have 23 to 25, and then it dwindles down because life comes before football throughout the rest of the season. When you ask, your players what the schedule is or, are you going to make it or whatever, they're going to tell you, oh, they got all of this, real life shit going on. So then you got, then they'll sit there and say, oh, well, just let me know when the playoffs is, what weeks are the playoffs. So that's when you see that same team that showed up on week 1 come back in full, strength for the playoffs. So not that regular season wins don't matter, because they do, because ultimately they depict the seeding of the playoffs. It's just a matter of you're going to see a team at their full strength week 1 and then in the postseason. So you're going to really get an assessment of how well your team is once it comes to the postseason.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. TJ, your thoughts on the victory? Second in 3 months against Broadex, a team that a lot of people thought you guys would not be able to match up with.
Well, just me and my guys right now, we're just locked in. I mean, we show up every week to play football, and that's key. I mean, we got a lot of guys that help to contribute, so we're not just one-sided person with me or just Boone at quarterback. We have other guys that you have to respect. I mean, you got to respect them. If you don't respect them, then stuff will happen. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah.
I will say though about the rivalry, it's kind of hard when you sit here and think about it. Like, we played back-to-back games. We had to play against Program. Program's a good team, and when, like John said, when you have the season come in and play and you get back-to-back games, I mean that's huge. I mean, you gotta win. If you don't win, then you get bad seeding. So.
Third game of the day, the Greencastle-Antrim Spartans defeated the Warriors 18-0. I actually spoiled the Warriors' lack of offense in the previous game. The Spartans seem like they're back on track. Defense played very disciplined football, and the offense is efficient, which were their key success the last 2 seasons. Spartans entered the game averaging 3.5 points per game and put up 18 against a vaunted Warriors defense. Warriors could not get the ball going at all and have now been shut out, like I said, for the 3rd time this season. Just not a close game at all. Very disappointing performance by the Warriors after they showed some promise against Top Gun. Now they're 0-4 with 3 shutouts. Offense can't get going, but the defense seems like it can hold its own in the red zone. I think in this game they were worn down by the Knights in the first one. John, your thoughts?
Spartans, they're a funny team. One week you'll see a team perform absolutely well, and the next week you'll wonder where they went. I mean, me personally, when I watch the Spartans, I see Jesse as a home run hitter for that team. He's a guy, he's very rugged. He has a rugged running style. He's a true running back, and he runs full speed. And you know what I'm saying? He's the home run hitter for them. So it really depends on, you know, how he gets the ball and what he does with it, with the opportunities that he has. Other than that, I don't know of too many other players on that team that can really produce big play potential. And as far as their defense goes, I don't know. I mean, I don't see big plays being made to give their offense opportunities on that side either. So I think that's probably their weak point when it comes to playing the above 500 teams, and that's why they fall into the next contender bracket often. Do they have potential? I think so. I don't think they've put it all together yet. I mean, Don's a good coach. He knows what he's doing. He knows what to do over there. It's just, I don't think he has that core group of players that's come together to really, produce what they want as far as overall results on the field. So, I mean, whether they'll actually do it, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, starting the year, they didn't know if they were going to have a team. Then they pulled it out the last minute. So I don't know what the future is for the Spartans, or how well they're going to be. But I mean, I think they have potential for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like this was a much better performance than we've seen so far this season. TJ, your thoughts of the Spartans-Warriors matchup?
Just like the Warriors, Spartans just 1 or 2 guys away. I mean, but just like Regan said, you don't know what you're going to have every single week, so just got to play it how it comes. But I do believe their defense is pretty good. Their offense is okay. They, like I said, missing 1 or 2 guys, and that could make or break you in this league.
Oh, yeah. Fourth game of the day, TMT 33, Brunswick Affiliates nothing. Affiliates only dressing 9 for this one. They had no sideline. Easy TMT victory. John, your thoughts?
It's funny that I'm going to say this, and a lot of people will probably laugh, but TMT came out really flat in this game. And, I don't know if it's maybe because they knew who they were playing, and they knew that they already had money in the bank from their first one early on. But when you looked at the energy and the output of when they first started the game, it was like, oh, we're just here to finish this game, get the W, and get out of here. And then after the first quarter went by, then they got back into it. I guess maybe it was because of the layover in between games. But
I'm with Regan again. Same thing. Guys had to leave because the family life comes first, so we ain't the same complete team. But like I said, TNT, we're a team. We rally together, not just off of one person. We rally off the whole team. So guys can't make it, then it's the next person up. That's all I can expect from my team.
The fifth game of the day was Ruckus 13, Greencastle-Antrim Spartans nothing. Sloppy game on both sides of the ball. Ruckus offense still was a little off. Spartans couldn't get the ball going like in the Warriors game. And Ruckus, honestly, I have to say this so far, 2 games in, this doesn't seem like the same squad we saw last spring. They just seem a little off. But like we said, it's early. They still got 7 regular season games left to play. There's 1-1. I think they still turn around for them. John, your thoughts?
I think it's tough. Ruckus is still Ruckus. They still have the playmakers. They still have the core. I think what it is, in the offseason, they had, added players come in. So it was a matter of them having the puzzle put together and then taking it all apart, adding new pieces, and now putting it back together again. So I think that's probably the reason why they're still starting to gel. I think they're getting back to it. I thought they could have put up a few more points on the Spartans. They did, turn some turnovers over on the defensive side, but I just felt like they lacked firepower on the offense, or execution, I guess you would say, because they didn't produce the points that I expected them to. But yeah, I mean, like I said, same thing with the Spartans. They lacked the ability to produce turnovers on their defensive side to put their offense in positions to find success.
TJ?
Yet again, I'm with John. Every week, I just feel like new people, new systems takes time. So everybody's a work in progress. I feel like more competition out here. So some teams that used to be at the top, I mean, they're starting to see what it's like. And it also could be the scheduling. So when everybody plays who they're supposed to play, stuff will fill out. But as of right now, we got to play, make stuff count. That's what it's about.
The final game of the day, one I look forward to personally a lot. X-Dogs 21, Top Gun 13. This game was actually a bit closer than the final implied. Top Gun stood up to X-Dogs and played them very well. The big key play in this one was Tyler Baum's pick 6 on Ricky Miller. That was a big 14-point swing. Top Gun's last play of the game was their second touchdown. But personally, the biggest takeaway I got from this is that Top Gun, they are on the cusp of being there. They're not there yet, but they're getting closer and closer. They're able to beat the lower teams, but they're still going to struggle against the upper teams. But I feel like this game was big for them because they went toe-to-toe with X-Dogs for 4 quarters. They kept it tight, they kept it interesting, and most of all, the biggest thing to me is they weren't blown out of the water like most years they would have been. Because a lot of these B-bracket teams, as good as they can play at times, when it comes to facing a competition, they tend to get blown out, especially by teams like X-Dogs or a team like Broad X. But to me, watching Top Gun in this game was like watching a team growing up before my eyes. They're getting there. They're not there yet. But honestly, they are in the best position they've ever been in franchise history. Your thoughts, John?
I like Top Gun. Like you said, I mean, they are an escalator to where they want to be as far as the team getting to where, on the upper echelon of the teams in the league. I don't know if it's a lack of playmaker ability or playmakers on the offense or on the defense or whatever side you want to put them on, but I feel like they can make it. I don't know the answer to that question as far as what they need. But I mean, like I said, they got guys. I mean, they got Ricky, at the helm that he does what he does day in and day out. He finds a way to produce plays. And when I set my lineup for DraftKings every Saturday, I always put Gary Little in flex. So that guy always produces points, especially if it's in a PPR league.
Yeah.
So Gary does help them out a lot, and that's a go-to guy for them. So I think they got a good core over there. Cato's a guy that's always produced a lot for them. He makes crazy plays. So once they get him back to full health, I think, they'll have a decent amount of playmakers to get them where they want to go.
All right. TJ?
I'm familiar with the Top Guns. I know Gary and Ricky very well. They're both great game-changing players. But me this week, like I said, I'm familiar with Top Guns. I'm friends with Austin, their running back. He wasn't there because he was at a wedding. I think with Austin there, they have a complete team. They just needed more time together and work. If they keep working, then look out. And that's how it is. They won the B bracket for a reason, so they're next up.
All right. So let's move on to this week's power rankings. Coming in at number 11, once again, the Brunswick Assassins, 0-3 on the year. The lack of numbers is completely destroying this team. They are in dire need of help. If you or anyone you know are interested in playing competitive flag football up here in Hagerstown, Maryland, every Saturday, contact Brian Swinger. I cannot pronounce his name to save my life.
Swinger.
RJ calls him Swag. Maybe it's Swagger. I have no idea. Contact him or RJ Hilliard or even me, and I'll get you in touch with the Brunswick Assassins. Come on up. These are a great bunch of guys. They're giving their all. They are there to play and there to have a lot of fun. You can drink some beer too in the sidelines. Have a great time. Come play for the Assassins. Coming in at number 10 at 0-4 is the Warriors. Defense again, dominant in the red zone, but they're still getting burned on the big plays. The offense, non-existent. It's resembling their fall offense of last year rather than what we saw in the spring. Number 9 is the Greencastle-Antrim Spartans, 1-3. Great first game. Seemed like they were back on track on both sides of the ball. Second game, not so much. The defense held its own against Ruckus, but the offense shut out again for the second time this season. It seemed like they could make a beat bracket run, but time will tell with them. Number 8 is the program, 1-3. They were off this week. They will return Saturday. Number 7 is Ruckus, 1-1. The offense is a little stagnant. Defense shut down the Spartans. Sloppy game. Hopefully they get better. Number 6, Top Gun, 2-2. They played the X-Dogs very well. Too many key mistakes prevented them from winning this game. The best I've seen them look as a team, they seem poised to be in the A bracket this season if they can get to at least 500 or above. Number 5 is going to be X-Dogs, 2-2. The offense rebounded with 2 touchdowns against Top Gun. The defense shut down their high-flying attack, even scoring a pick 6 on them. At number 4 is the Red Knights, 3-0. The offense struggled against the Warriors' defense. But once again, the defense dominates. Second straight shutout in a row. They have not allowed a point in 9 quarters of play. At number 3 is the Affiliates, 2-0. Off this week in the Washington County Flag Football League. However, their other league, can you name this league for me, John?
What are you talking about?
The other league you guys play in.
Oh, the MAFFL?
Yeah, the MAFFL. They went 1-1, defeated Southside 15-8 in their first game, and lost to the Blackhawks 17-14 in their other game. Results don't have any bearing on this league, but it's always nice to see teams in this league succeeding elsewhere. And Affiliates, you guys, what's your current record over there in the MAFFL?
Right now we're 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah. They have us. It's kind of funny because you have us ranked in the same place in their power rankings that they just recently started. They have us listed as number 3 and the most improved team in the league as of right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
That's there. This is here. We're focused for here right now.
Oh, heck yeah, brother. Especially the big one on Saturday. We'll get to that momentarily. Number 2 is Broadaxe, 3-1. Second loss in their last 7 games. That's unheard of. Offense looked apart still. The defense, however, had no answers for the TMT attack. First time they have not been number 1 in the power rankings since the end of November of 2015. They were number 2 going into the championship game against X-Dogs. And number 1 for the first time in franchise history is TMT. 3-0. You're now 2-1 against Broadaxe. The offense is insane right now. It's unreal watching what you and Chris are doing in the backfield. The defense tested for the first time all season, and I say you passed. So your thoughts going into this week?
Another week of business. My guys are going to be ready to play. coming out, playing against the program. So I know we're going to come out ready to play. Programming us have some history. I mean, just looking for a good game.
All right. We're going to take time to stop talking current football. And a couple weeks ago, Kevin Orsini pointed out on the page that I wear the jerseys of teams who no longer play in this league. I'm going to go a little more in depth to survivors and ducks next week. This week, I am wearing Mack Truck Builders, a team that my dad played for at the very end of his career in the Washington County Flag Football League. I want to say around 2003, 2004-ish. Mack Trucks lasted a few seasons. Did not quite do very well. One of my favorite stories Dad told me, and this is a new segment I want to do here, is talk about the team, who they were and all of that, and even give a random story. One of the stories Dad told me was one of the games they struggled on offense. They're going to get the ball moving. And so, in order to help out with that, my dad, playing line, had a guy rush at him. And what he did was, as soon as the guy rushed at him, he took back, fell backwards, but held onto the guy's jersey, launching him into his own quarterback, drawing a 15-yard penalty on the defense. The guy got up, he looked at Dad, he'd gone to high school with Dad and everything else. He said, "That was a dirty play, you know that was dirty, you threw me on him." The ref disagreed. The ref said, "You charged at the quarterback, you threw yourself on him." 15-yard penalty led to a touchdown drive. After that, Dad retired shortly after, 04 being his final season. Next week, I'll be wearing the last West Virginia Ducks jersey. I'll have a Duck story. So now we move on to the final segment, and just give a heads up. If you have ever played for a team who no longer exists in this league, and your jersey is a size 2XL, 3XL, maybe even a 4XL or a 5XL, I've seen a guy on Ruckus with a 5XL, send them to me, man. I'll talk about your team. I'll give them a shout out. I'll even tell a story you give me, man. I got 2 jerseys left, so make it count while you can. So now we head to predictions. 15-minute quarters again. We are finally back to playing full games. The 12-minute speed games are finally over. So let's get back to real football. The first game of the day is number 11, Brunswick Assassins, versus number 5, X-Dogs, a 9 a.m. kickoff. First ever meeting between these two squads. The Assassins will need numbers, as I said, only 9 dressed last week. X-Dogs seem like they're on track. I get the feeling they're going to dominate across the board. They're more physical than the Assassins. They have better athletes than the Assassins. I'm going to go X-Dogs by 5 touchdowns. John, your prediction?
I definitely it's going to be the X-Dogs for sure. As far as the point differential, I mean, it's really up to the X-Dogs and how they handle the game. If it's something where they feel like the point differential needs to be lopsided because it'll help them ultimately at the end of the season, maybe they'll keep their foot on the pedal and, run the score up. But they could also, it could be one of those things where they say like, hey, this is a great opportunity to get our depth in and let these guys, get on the field and get playing time and see balls and all that good stuff. So, I mean, it really depends on how their approach is. Matt runs a good ship over there. He knows, how to play the game, and he plays it respectfully. So, I mean, it really matters. It all depends on their game plan and how they approach it.
Okay. DJ?
X-Dogs by a lot. But I will take beer, man. Just being funny. Like I said, I'm with Regan again on this one. It could go either way. You never know who's going to show up for the Assassins. They might get completely non-different people. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the Assassins, I mean, it's just a matter of them having the numbers and, being able to perform on the field. I mean, I know when I was sitting on the sideline, I noticed one of their players not even wearing cleats. So I don't know if it's, they're picking up hitchhikers on the way down to the field to play, or, if they're just, asking favors of guys they know that, are athletes or whatever the case may be. But, I mean, it's tough. I mean, you kind of, when you think about it, my perception of it was, it's flag football, recreationally for adults. How serious is it going to be? But I mean, you get out here and you get smacked in the face because you don't know what you're going up against. I mean, you got guys that, former college players, former high school stars. You got all types of guys that, didn't get to their ultimate goal. So now they're out here living their twilight years, you know, playing football and doing what they love. So, I mean, of course, you're going to see a lot of competitive people, you know, out here. So I think it's probably a surprise more than what they thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely a surprise for me too. When I first started in this league, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I was woke up very quickly.
Yes.
Take a few tackles. I mean, it hurts. But you gotta get back up and play. So it's the name of the game.
Trust me, having coached survivors back in 2014, as I've said many times, I was nowhere near ready for what this league was. I thought it was a beer league full of older guys who could run maybe a 6-7 40 at best, and that we would win every game because we would outspeed the competition. In fact, when we first played Broad Axe in 2014, we looked at them and saw a bunch of slower, older guys and said, we'll just outspeed them, we should be fine. 32-6 was the final, a decisive Broad Axe victory. Which brings us to our next game, no relation to Broad Axe, but a team from that 2014 season. Number 10 Warriors versus number 7 Ruckus, 10:30 a.m. kickoff. Ruckus leads the series 2-0. They defeated the Warriors in the Warriors' first ever game, 34-0 last fall, and then defeated them again, 24-6 in the spring. The key matchup is going to be Ruckus offense versus Warriors defense. Ruckus offense has been average this season. In fact, below average, I should say. They are averaging 13 points per game after doing 19.9 in the spring. The Warriors defense has buckled down in the red zone when needed. However, they still have issues with the big plays, which Ruckus can do at any point in time if they get their offense together. The Ruckus D-line can pose a major threat to the Warriors O-line. O-line plays been problematic for the Warriors all season. Could be a long day for that offense once again. But however, the key for them on offense is going to be their quarterback, John Shobe. In fact, John Shobe is the former Ruckus quarterback, having played for them from 2014 to the end of the 2016 whole season. This will be the first ever meeting between Shobe and his former squad. However, I'm going to go with Ruckus by 2 touchdowns. I see a lower scoring defensive game breaking out if they can't get the ball moving again. The Warriors are going to definitely need some points in this one. They cannot afford a third shutout loss for the season, especially with the confidence toward the offense and the fact that if Ruckus gets the ball going, it's going to be over fast. John?
I'm going with Ruckus in this game, but this is one of those games that can go a lot of different ways. It's an earlier game, 10:30, so you know I think a key matchup is going to be Scotty at quarterback, because you got to figure he's going to have to get there early. He's coming from far away. Is he going to have enough time to get loose, get ready to go? Is he going to start sharp, or is he going to continue where he left off last game, where I don't think he was at his best? So, I mean, I think a lot of what Ruckus does lies on that. They have big play potential in TC. Mikey can burn you. So, I mean, it really depends. If Ruckus can produce big plays, this game's going to get out of hand quick. But if the Warriors are able to eliminate those, then I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people think. Like you was talking about how the Warriors defense kind of clinched down in the red zone, and you know, more oftentimes most defenses that's played, or have experience in this league, that's what they do because the field gets condensed. So if the Warriors can reduce the amount of big play potential Ruckus can do, then it's going to be a close game. But ultimately, I think Ruckus is going to run away with it in the later, moments of the game.
Okay. TJ?
Same thoughts. If you can control Ruckus, then it could be a shootout, but it's hard when you got players like TC, Mike Skunning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mikey Skunning.
It's hard when you got to account for people like that, so I'm going with Ruckus.
Okay. The third game of the day, and easily the game of the week. Number 4 Knights versus number 3 Affiliates. Noon kickoff, first ever meeting between these two squads. This will be broadcasted live on Saturday. I will have the game for you, guaranteed 100%. Members of Andy Hoffman's former Knights versus his current Knights. Both sides have an idea of what to expect from each, I believe. They played each other for a very long time, for the most part. The key battle will be Knights defense versus the Affiliates offense. The Knights have
I've been talking about how.
Now we're on. Okay, we're back on.
We apologize about that.
Didn't catch what I said.
We're going to go ahead and say, TJ, your thoughts going into this one?
I'm going with a blowout,
Blowout?
just because I know
Okay.
how it is when you're playing against somebody that you play. It's going to be a lot of emotions in that game, and everybody can see the Phillies have a good team. They're in different leagues. They're getting a lot more practice than the majority of the competition. So I don't see nothing changing this week.
Okay. Be interesting to see how it goes. Like I said, I'll have that game for you at 12 p.m. Saturday afternoon. But if you are going to make it to the park, please do. This is the big one. Because the winner of this game to me is the second best team in the league currently. We'll see how they fare against TNT, at least against the Phillies later in the season. The fourth game of the day, number 6 Top Gun versus number 2 Broadaxe, 1:30 p.m. kickoff. Third meeting between these two teams all time. Broadaxe leads 2-0. Broadaxe defeated Top Gun last spring in 2016, 54-3. Part of a doubleheader that Top Gun had against Knights and Broadaxe. And then they beat them again 34-0 this spring. However, this is a much different Top Gun team than the one we saw in the spring that couldn't move the ball, they couldn't stop anybody. Their defense has stepped up this season, but they're going to really need to step it up when they face a very talented Broadaxe team. This is their biggest test thus far. This is the best offense they have faced yet, not TNT withstanding. TNT, we know, puts a pretty good offense, but that first week they did very well against you guys, which I'll talk to you about that in a second. They're going to need to find a way to shut down Broadaxe's offense, or this could get bad fast. The mismatch, in my opinion, is going to be Broadaxe's defensive line versus Top Gun's offensive line. This could be a lot of miles lost for Ricky Miller. He'll have to find his athletes fast. Broadaxe overmatches them, in my opinion, across the board athletically and in the interior game. I'm going to go Broadaxe by 3 touchdowns. They will be out for blood. Top Gun is going to have to play quick on offense and tough on defense. John, your thoughts?
I mean, actually, I think what Top Gun probably has to do is sustain long drives, keep Broadaxe's offense off the field if they want to keep it a close game. Broadaxe is pissed. Everybody knows that. They don't like taking L's, and they don't do it often. So, I expect them to come out on fire and on all cylinders. Their offense, their big play potential opposed to Top Gun's defense is going to be a mismatch. So I think if Top Gun wants to have any chance in keeping this a close game, they definitely want to keep the Broadaxe's offense off the field. So the time of possession is going to be a key factor in this. Whether it actually happens or not, that's to be determined.
Yeah. TJ, you played against Top Gun and Broadaxe so far this season. What's your impression of these two teams going into this game?
I'm going with Broadaxe.
Broadaxe? Okay.
Yeah. I'm taking Broadaxe because, for one, they haven't lost 2 times in a row. I mean, has it been a session they lost twice?
I think years ago, but since I've been in the league, like I said, I can name every time they've lost since 2014.
Since I've been here, I haven't seen them lose twice. I've barely seen them lose once. And when they did lose, they lost to TNT, so I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
I'm going with Broadaxe with a blowout this week because I know they're going to be more than mad. And that D-line and O-line, they got some big boys, so good luck.
All right. The final game of the day, number 8, the Program versus number 1, TNT. That is a 3 p.m. kickoff. The Program defeated TNT 26-6 in the spring. However, a week later, TNT defeated them 20-6 in the A bracket play-in game. The big key to that rematch was TNT decimating the Program's offensive line. The Program will need protection in a big way as they've been completely destroyed all season by both Top Gun and the Knights defensively. TNT's offense could explode again on the Program. First time seeing it could cause problems as the Program's defense has taken a few steps back, giving up 18 points against the Knights a few weeks ago. The Program can match them athletically, but otherwise, in my opinion, this is going to get ugly quick. Unless the Program can find a way to protect their quarterback, move the ball, and stop TNT's attack in the air. I'm going TNT by 2 to 3 touchdowns. TJ, your thoughts going into this one? You get the rubber match against the Program, one of the only few teams who have beaten you guys in this league.
Well, with the program, they had caught us at a bad spot because we had just played Broadax with 12 people. They beat us in the regular season last year, so my guys is kind of mad about that. I mean, we're coming out to do what we do. I mean, we're not holding nothing back. We're taking this game as if it's a championship game, playing against the best, so y'all gonna get the best performance from TMT.
John, your predictions going in?
I don't know. It's a swing game. It can go either way. I mean, there's a little bit of animosity between both teams, and they got a little bit of history, so it could be interesting. The funny thing is the actual playoff game when we watched. I thought when I watched it, it was a little closer than the final score. I think it got a little bit out of hand towards the end.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's two different teams technically, to be honest with you, because you got a different quarterback at the program, and TMT is kind of a different outfit than what they were in last season. You know, they run a different style offense. So I mean, I guess we'll see. But ultimately, I think TMT is going to pull it out at the end comfortably. But you know, program is a tough team. You know, they have big play potential, and it really depends on how they produce on the offense. The last time I watched them out there, they had a run-heavy style offense, which didn't really produce anything. So I'm assuming that they'll go back to the drawing board and adjust. But I mean, it's just a matter of how they come out offensively.
Yeah, I agree with that. So with that is it for the games this week. Any shout-outs, gentlemen? John?
I don't really have any shout-outs. If you're looking for a new kitchen backsplash, the affiliates in Eastern Renovations, which is ran by my guy Twig, we're running a raffle right now. For $2, you get a chance to win a free kitchen backsplash. We do the drawing on November 1st. So whether you're a homeowner or not, if you know somebody that you'd like to gift it to, it's the perfect time for the holidays. Definitely take advantage of that. You can find any of our guys at the field. Most of them have tickets on hand. So if you're looking for something like that, just let us know. I mean, we can definitely help you out. Or for any of the other home improvement needs, Twig can definitely, get you situated and taken care of for sure.
All right. TJ?
Shout out to my family first and foremost, and I also want to shout out everybody on my team player. If you were TMT, I mean, I know I'm up here, but I'm up here for the team. And shout out to Chuck Boyd. He does a lot behind the scenes for us. Y'all might not see him, but when y'all do see him, y'all know who I'm talking about. What up, Chuck? I know you're watching.
All right, I want to give two shout-outs. Number one to the people in Puerto Rico who are currently going through the storms. I just walked by the TV over there earlier. There's a news report that there'll be no power in the nation for at least 4 to 6 months in certain parts of it due to the storms that have hit hard. This has been a very tough month, whether you're in Florida, Texas, and now Puerto Rico, Mexico. So we wish all the best to them and that they can make a full recovery. I also want to give a shout out to my grandmother, Gloria.